When we think about longevity, our minds usually jump to some complicated gym routine or the latest trendy diet. But what if one of the most powerful tools for a long, strong life has been hiding in plain sight this whole time? We're talking about an old school exercise. It doesn't look flashy, it's definitely not trending on social media, but science is finally catching up to what strong men have known for decades. Carrying heavy stuff is a key to fighting back against aging.
And wow, that quote from Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? This isn't just about building bigger muscles. For anyone worried about things like insulin resistance, muscle loss, or heart disease as they get older, this one single movement is like a direct shield against those hallmarks of aging. It's a full-body wake-up call, and today we're going to break down exactly why it's so darn effective.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll get into why just carrying things is such a fundamental human movement. Then we'll cover all the amazing head-to-toe benefits. After that, we'll get super practical with your technique, dive into the science of your core, and finally show you exactly how to program this thing for whatever your goals are.
All right, let's dive right in. The farmer's walk. It's not some exercise that was just invented for a gym. No way. It's a modern version of something our bodies have been designed to do for thousands and thousands of years.
I mean, think about it. The entire story of human evolution is tied up in us standing up and walking on 2 feet. And that wasn't just to get a better view. It was so we could forage, hunt, and most importantly, carry things back to our tribe. And when farming came along, well, that just cranked it up to 11, making carrying heavy loads a part of daily life. This move is literally baked into our DNA.
And this is where it gets really cool. Our bodies are just perfectly engineered for this job. Our feet have these spring-like arches that act like pogo sticks, giving us energy back with every single step. We have these massive glute and back muscles, the erector spinae, that are there to keep our spine straight and strong under a heavy load. And our ability to sweat, that's our superpower for cooling down so we can keep on working hard. We are quite literally built to carry.
Okay, so our bodies are designed for this stuff. But what do you actually get out of it? Let's talk about the incredible benefits, because when you tap into this primal movement, the rewards are, well, they're felt everywhere.
And look at this list. It's pretty incredible, right? We're talking a total head-to-toe workout. But what makes it so special is that it strengthens not just the big mirror muscles we all see, but all those tiny, deep stabilizer muscles that we usually forget about. And that is absolutely crucial for preventing injuries and building real functional strength.
And hey, don't let the name walk fool you. This is a serious cardio machine. This chart says it all. A brisk walk might get your heart rate up to, say, 110 beats per minute. A heavy farmer's walk? That can easily blast it past 165. That's getting into a high-intensity zone, all without the impact of sprinting.
So why does it get your heart pumping so hard? Well, it's because the farmer's walk is a perfect example of what's called metabolic resistance training, or MRT. You're combining a heavy strength exercise with constant movement, and that creates a massive demand for energy. It doesn't just burn a ton of calories while you're doing it, it also cranks up your metabolism for up to 38 hours afterward. It's that afterburn effect we're all looking for.
Okay, but if there's one reason you should pay attention, it is this. Grip strength is so much more than just being able to hold on to something heavy. It's basically a window into your overall health, a biomarker for your entire nervous system. That study in The Lancet is just staggering. Your grip strength can predict your long-term health better than your blood pressure. Let that sink in for a minute. And honestly, there is no better exercise for building an iron grip than the farmer's walk.
But look, to get all these amazing benefits, your technique has to be on point. This part is all about care and precision, because proper form is the difference between building a bulletproof body and, well, getting hurt.
Okay, let's break it down. Just 4 simple steps. 1. The pickup. Treat it like a perfect deadlift. Hinge your hips, keep that back flat, and drive with your legs. 2. Stand tall. Brace your core like you're about to take a punch, squeeze your glutes, and look straight ahead. 3. Pack your shoulders. This is so important. Imagine pulling your shoulder blades back and down, like you're tucking them into your back pockets. And 4. Walk with intention. Take short, controlled steps. No rushing.
And this table here is perfect because it shows you exactly what goes wrong when you get lazy with your form. If your shoulders aren't packed, you risk pinching something in there. If your head is jutting forward, you're just asking for neck strain. And if that core isn't locked in tight, you're putting some seriously dangerous forces on your lower back. Quality always comes before weight or speed.
A great little mental cue is to just avoid the Igor walk. You know the one. Shoulders hunched over, head down, kind of shuffling your feet.
The second you start to sway or wobble, that's your body telling you that your core has checked out. That's when you stop the set. The goal is to look like a pillar of strength, not a boat in a storm. Okay, let's nerd out for a minute on the science of your core, because the farmer's walk trains it for its real job in a way that crunches and sit-ups just can't.
So here's the magic term, anti-lateral flexion. It sounds complicated, but it's super simple. Think about it. Most of the time, your core's job isn't to create movement, it's to prevent it. When you're carrying a heavy load, your core has to fire like crazy to stop your body from bending over to the side. That's functional training at its absolute best.
Now you can do this in two main ways. Over on the left, you've got the one-handed suitcase carry. On the right, the two-handed standard farmer's walk. They might look pretty similar, but the forces they put on your spine are wildly different.
Get ready for this. The research shows that carrying about 30 kilos, that's roughly 66 pounds, in just one hand creates over 2,800 newtons of compressive force on your lower back. That is an insane amount of stress. It's like having a pretty large person just standing on your spine.
But now, watch what happens when you split that exact same 30 kilos between two hands, 15 in each. The spinal compression drops to 1,570 newtons. That's a huge drop, a reduction of almost 44%. Why? Because the load is balanced. Your core doesn't have to fight that dangerous sideways pull.
And this leads us to this crucial idea from the spine expert Dr. Stuart McGill, which he calls the asymmetry paradox. And honestly, this is kind of mind-blowing. You can actually carry double the total weight with two hands and still put less stress on your spine than if you were carrying a much lighter load with just one hand. This makes the two-handed farmer's walk way safer and just flat out better for building serious strength.
All right, we've covered the why and the how. Now for the fun part. Let's get practical and talk about what, exactly how you can put this amazing exercise into practice to crush your own goals.
The best thing about the farmer's walk is how versatile it is. You can literally tweak it for any goal. Just look at the pattern here. Want to get super strong? Go heavy for a short distance and take a long rest. Want to focus more on cardio? Go lighter, but walk for a longer time or distance and keep your rest short. It's completely adaptable to you. Here are two super simple ways you can start right now. You can use it as a finisher. After your normal workout, just grab some weights and go until you can't anymore. It'll completely empty the tank. Or try it as its own workout. The 10-minute walk is a classic for a reason. Pick a challenging weight, set a timer for 10 minutes, and just see how far you can go. It will build serious physical and mental toughness.
So at the end of the day, what we're talking about is an exercise that's rooted in our deepest past, but it directly solves the problems of our modern lives. It fixes our posture, builds our strength, and protects our metabolic health. It is simple, it is powerful, and anyone can do it. This ancient movement builds modern resilience. So the only question left is, how will you carry it forward?